Hello and welcome everyone tonight to the penultimate matchup in TMGeek's inaugural championship tournament. I am your host, Kevin, the Philosopher Poss, and joining me tonight on the desk, my co-commissioner, Ryan, Caramel Mountain Payne. How are you doing, sir?
Doing very good. If people are watching this, then you should already know the end results of one of my matches. If not, please stop right here, watch the semifinal round matches, and then join us up here. But other than that, I feel very good today. This match clearly is going to be about between two heavyweights in Geek. And to be honest, I can't wait to watch this. I know both of these competitors very well. I played with one of them. I definitely played against another one of them. So this is going to be interesting to see where we're going to go.
Absolutely. Let's hold nothing back here and go ahead and introduce these guys. It will be the number 1 seed, Joe Hot Fuzz Farrelly, taking on the number 5 seed, who has actually worked his way all the way up to be the number 2 ranked. So number 1 versus number 2 in the semifinals. Number 2 ranked David, the Spaniard, García. So this is going to be an unbelievable matchup, battle of the Titans. This could easily be a finals match in any league. So I am super excited to have these guys going at it today. What are your thoughts on this match, Ryan?
Well, my thoughts mirror yours exactly. In almost in any other Geek League or division, this would be a finals match, or what you would consider like the semifinals to the finals, honestly, because with Geek, you have no idea who you're going up against. You could be going up against someone who's maybe like a C-ranked player, like they know their surface level questions, but then know a few deep cuts along the way. But then you got your top A players who know almost everything there is to know on Geek trivia. But even then, you have no idea what's going to happen in this match. I mean, you could have a question that completely throws you off. You'll get a category that you think you're strong in, but turns out you need to sharpen your skills on. So honestly, this goes either way in my mind.
Hey, it definitely could. We have one person in Joe that is 3-0 with 3 TKOs and has 2 perfect rounds, 1 true perfect round, 1 10 for 10 perfect round. And then we have David, who's also 3-0. The only 2 3-0s we have left with the TKO. And both of them are. David has set the points record in this tournament. Both of them are just literally running like buzzsaws right now. So this is going to be amazing. Let's take no more time.
Let's just bring in our guys. Let's bring in our number 1 seed right now, Joe Farrelly. I mean, this.
I was going to say, let's go ahead and do it. Joe Hot Fuzz Farrelly himself, ladies and gentlemen. How are you, Joe?
I'm doing very, very well. I'm very, very happy to be here. Very excited. The only disappointing thing that everyone knows, David and I, in another division, we're teammates. And David, I started in the movie Trivia Face-Off, which David was part of that management team for. And I think if it hadn't been for him and the way he and the others there welcomed me into this community, maybe I wouldn't be in the position I am now. So I think I owe a lot to David. And people know that behind the scenes, we test a lot of documents, we train together a lot, and it's always very entertaining for those who are there, but it's never been recorded for others to watch. And we've always said we need to get one of these on camera, and it's finally happening. I'm just disappointed that it's not for a title, because I know we're both capable of winning this title. We're here in the semifinals for a reason. And to be honest, if it doesn't happen for me today, I'm happy. I'm happy because my teammate and my friend is going on to the final with a potential to win the title, potentially against another of my teammates and friends. So if I don't make it here today, and David does end up playing against Amaru, I'm going to be happy either way, because one of my teammates will have that belt.
So there you go. You said it there yourself. I hadn't brought it up yet, but we'll go ahead because that match has already aired. Amaru Moses has made it to the finals, so this match will determine who plays him. You and Amaru are teammates in TMG. You and David are teammates in multiplex, so that's pretty awesome. But I know that you are very excited to to see how this all pans out. But I know you're going
like you said, this it's hard to say which way this one will go, because my last match, and it was against Ryan, and Ryan was fantastic, but I did not miss. I went multiple choice once, but I did not miss. But David set the points record in his last match. You've got high scoring and didn't miss. So it could. This is. I just can't wait to get started.
Exactly. I mean, you took the words out of our mouths. I mean, like you said, you went lights out against me. I mean, I'm not going to sit around and say, oh, if I didn't get this category, things would be different. No, you still pitched lights out, regardless of
against you, man.
Yeah, you did. Now, one thing I definitely learned from my mistakes. One thing's for sure. It doesn't matter. But what's important is that you and David have proven that you guys are definitely people to look out for, to be intimidated by, regardless of whatever your records are in other leagues. It doesn't matter, because every new game is a fresh new start. And even right now, despite the accolades that you and I'm pretty sure your manager partner David's going to bring up, anything can happen in this round. So I mean, why don't we just let's bring in David. Let's get his thoughts in on this before we get started.
Absolutely. We'll drop Joe to the back, and we will see what happens when an immovable force, what is it?
The immovable force meets an unstoppable force meets the immovable object. I'm getting one of those mixed up in my mind.
Me too. Let's bring in that immovable object. David, the Spaniard García, ladies and gentlemen, accompanied to the ring by his manager, Alex, the Godfather Martinez. How are you fellas doing?
And that's a cute name.
I'm excited. My situation is a little different, but the only thing that is not working at 100% right now is my body, not my mind. And I had a lot of time to watch movies. So, hey, if Joe beats me, I am not going to use it as an excuse, because it is not.
Fair, absolutely. Absolutely appreciate you, taking the initiative to still move forward with the match. I mean, that's really awesome of you. Alex, what are your thoughts on, as far as, David's situation being not in his usual routine, I guess, as far as training or whatnot? I mean, obviously he said he's had some extra time to watch some, a few extra movies. What's been your approach?
It's not been ideal to get a message saying that your player was in the hospital. It's unfortunate, but that's life. Unfortunately, that is the reality of the situation. Another reality of the situation is that these are potentially, according to the rankings, very possibly the two best the TMG has to offer in terms of geek. We don't take Joe lightly around in these parts. They're teammates. They're good friends. I like to think that I am a good friend to both of them. I've frequently been the one asking them those questions in those secret testing sessions they won't tell anybody about. It's not the done thing to tell people who wins those sessions and who loses those sessions. But what I've seen, we've got quite a bit of work ahead of us. We have never, ever, ever on camera beaten Joe Farrelly. Never, not once. And it's honestly, and I think Ryan will attest to it, it's not the easiest thing in the world to do. So I guess really what this is it's what happens when an unstoppable force meets an immovable object first try. The fact of the matter is this is what happens when one potential king meets another potential king. One of them, unfortunately, will not be winning today. But, and I just can't help but get this phrase out of my head, it's nothing but love.
Oh.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
It was a lot nicer than what I thought he was going to.
I will be honest, it's going to be a good match. Nothing but good sportsmanship and good friendship here. But if I also
honestly, the only thing I want from this match is for one of us not to get TKO'd, because that would be hella disappointing for both of us.
As someone who has been TKO'd, it really is disappointing. But even though, it still doesn't matter. I mean, look, it doesn't look good having a KO on your record, but honestly, for me personally, it's like, if you go in knowing that you're always giving out your best, you're always putting out your best foot, you're not trying to drag yourself down throughout the match, no matter how far you're behind. Because one thing I've definitely learned from playing in almost every league, anything can change from one question, one category, and definitely from one point, regardless. So I definitely wish best luck to both of you guys. We can't wait to get this started. I mean, literally, I'm constantly moving in my seat in anticipation, not because I'm uncomfortable.
I was going to say, good luck to both of you. And Alex, I'm going to go ahead and drop you to the back and bring Joe back in, and we will go ahead and get this thing underway. I will go ahead and say at the outstart, in case it hasn't been mentioned, the loser of this match, as I said in the previous match, will go on to play in the bronze, the third place match, and they will play Alan Shepard, and the winner of that match will in turn receive a number one contender shot at the beginning of next Geek season. So they will be the very first number one contender. So I'll go ahead and throw that out there. So even if you don't win this match, you do still receive something. So yeah, congratulations on making it this far, and good luck, fellas. Let's read some rules for round number one, and we'll get into this thing.
Oh wait, Joe, did you have a question?
I thought so. We're just going to clarify the situation with David.
Oh, right.
Oh, yeah. Thank you. Yes, and also the situation with David, since he's unable to write, we will be going to David first for his answers each time, and then Joe will write his down as usual, and then we'll go to him second. So as that has been gone over in the back, so everybody's good with that. All right, so in round number one, guys, we'll give you 10 questions in random geek categories. Competitors will have 15 seconds to come up with your answer. Joe will be writing his down, obviously, as we just said. When revealing your response, you must say your answer aloud. Obviously, I can't read David's mind, so he has to say it aloud. Each question in this round is worth 1 point. A perfect round, as Joe well knows, triggers a 1 point bonus question. You do get 3 repeats and 1 challenge throughout the match. Are there any questions, guys, before we get started?
Nope.
All right.
Perfect.
Well,
I'm ready to go.
Good luck, fellas, and good luck, Ryan. And I'll pass it on over to you, Ryan, for question number 1.
With pleasure. All right, gentlemen, your first question in the semifinals in round 1 comes from the category of Star Trek. And your question: in Star Trek Insurrection, who plays Ruafo, the leader of the Sona? No, it's definitely said amongst the Star Trek fan base that some people don't like Insurrection. They think it's the worst one compared to Nemesis, but it's all about how you rewatch it.
Absolutely. Need an answer in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pins down.
All right, David, we will start off with you.
And we'll go to.
Is it Greg Grumber?
And Joe?
F. Murray Abraham.
Yep.
Joe is correct. It is F. Murray Abraham. And Joe will get 1 point to kick us off here. Kevin, whenever you're ready, we'll go to you for the second question.
Absolutely. Question number 2 comes in the category of the Wizarding World. What type of beast is Pickett that mostly hangs around in Newt's breast pocket in the Fantastic Beasts series and helps him out of sticky situations? I wish I had one of these.
I mean, it would be fun to have one of those around. Although with what we've seen with Pickett, Pickett certainly has attachment issues.
This is true. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. David?
He's a boat trucker.
And Joe?
Bowtruckle.
Bowtruckle is correct. Good job, guys.
All right, guys. Now, after that short reprieve, let's get to your third question in this round. And this question is in what's in the news most recently, and that's the MCU. Who plays Daeneryon Day of the Nova Corps in Guardians of the Galaxy?
Can you repeat that? You cut out a little.
Oh, no problem. All right, here's the question. Who plays Daeneryon Day of the Nova Corps in Guardians of the Galaxy? I really would like to speak more about Daeneryon Day, but if I do, I literally would give the answer away.
That rhymed. And
Even tried.
3, 2, 1. Pens down.
All right, David, I will go to you.
I only can remember 2 that are named, and I'm pretty sure the other one is Sal. So John C. Reilly.
And Joe.
John C. Reilly.
Both are correct. It is John C. Reilly.
He was Roman until he got promoted to Daeneryon at the end.
Right.
Yeah, I couldn't remember his first name, so it was kind of like I'd be wasting 6 seconds trying to pull it out.
I'm not sure whether their names. I think they might be ranks because he gets promoted to Daeneryon at the end.
That is true.
Sal is a Daeneryon too, right?
That's a really good point, actually.
Yeah, I think it's a rank. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they do have first names. Daeneryon is a rank, though. Don't worry. But you guys both got it correct. But let's move on. Don't worry.
Why are we arguing this point?
I know.
All right. Give me just 1 second, guys. I'm sorry. What I would feared was going to happen actually just happened. So
He got the call. It was actually a good idea to have that in the question though, because then people might get confused with Daeneryon Day and Daeneryon Sol. So actually, I do quite like the word having it worded that way.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Like it almost happened to me.
But it's easier to say John C. Reilly than Peter Serafinovich. So
Yeah.
That is true. Or at least better not. It's better to spelling out John C. Reilly than Peter Serafinowicz.
I was going to say Peter Serafinowicz is about the only one that I know of, but yes.
I knew Johnson because those are the two main. Because those are the two main guys. Those are the two main heads of the Nova Corps outside of someone else. I'm not going to bring up. Because
I don't want to bring that up just in case, but yeah.
But
all right, we'll count it back in. Sorry about that headphone issue. All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, so John C. Reilly is correct, and we will move on to category number 4, which comes in Middle Earth. Middle Earth. By what marking are the orcs and Uruk-hai that are created under Saruman's watch identified in the Lord of the Rings series? Can't really think of anything clever to say here, so just count down. 5, 4,
I just wanted to like
3, 2. That's all right. 1. Pens down. We will go to David.
A white hand.
And Joe.
White hand.
The white hand of Saruman. That is correct. 4-3, Joe.
All right. Let's keep this train going as we get to your 5th question, and that is in for dramatic effect. Marvel movies. It is in Marvel movies. And your question. In X2, X-Men United, who does Mystique disguise herself as to infiltrate Stryker's base and let the other mutants in? I mean, I'll be honest. This is still one of my favorite X-Men movies, despite the color coding. But it's. I mean,
Just for clarification, it's when she's infiltrating, right? At the moment of the infiltration.
that is correct.
Yes.
When she's infiltrating.
Okay, cool.
I wish I could
Right.
change my appearance set like that.
I think literally everyone right now wants to do that. Let's go in
Why?
5.
Joe is
Four.
handsome.
True. 3, 2, and 1. Let's go, David.
Wolverine.
I'm sorry.
Wolverine. Or Logan.
Joe,
Logan.
you both are correct. David, you cut out a little bit for me. That's why I need a That's why I need to hear from you. But you both are correct. It is Wolverine
Yeah.
or Logan.
I needed that clarification because I was going a different way when I heard the start of that question.
Like when you
No
first
way.
start, I saw your list movie, and then all of a sudden I just heard Aaron, and I'm like, wait, what?
No, totally cool. All right, so that changes the score now 5-4. David keeping that 1 point gap close. So here we go to category number 6, which falls under DCEU, Worlds of DC. In Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice, where is the bomb hidden prior to its explosion at the congressional hearing for Superman's alleged crimes?
It's not until the Ultimate Edition where the Senate hearing makes sense in my mind. Because literally you could take this out, and I don't think outside of maybe 2 key events, the movie doesn't change.
Yeah, exactly. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pins down. David
I'm just gonna say a wheelchair.
and Joe.
Wallace Keith's wheelchair.
That is correct. Wheelchair is
I remember the guy's
acceptable.
name, so
Both get it correct. All I
I don't
know
know
is
how
wheelchair.
specific they wanted it, and I don't want to be challenged at any point.
Oh, we would have accepted either answer. Even if you said Wall of Keith's oh God, I can't say his name. His wheelchair, that's fine. Or if you just, like David just said, wheelchair, that's also
You
acceptable.
didn't ask for specifics, so but I
Right.
want to be sure.
Don't worry. Yeah, if we're not asking for specifics, then we don't want to leave it that open to interpretation. But that was still okay. But let's get to your next question, and that is in the category of mixed bag. So it's literally anything. And your question: what is the name of the leader of the vampires in 30 Days of Night? Surprisingly, this was actually on Hulu during the 30 Days of October, but then of course it's gone, and now I can find it on free websites.
I enjoyed this movie. 5,
I don't think I've
Four.
seen it since it was theatrically released.
2, 1. Pins down.
All right, David, we'll go to you.
I don't know this one. Lance?
And Joe.
Marlowe.
Joe is correct. It is Marlowe. Now he's
haven't seen
definitely edging
it.
out. That's perfect. Like I said, that's the thing with mixed bag. It literally pulls anything out that you have never seen. I should know. Buckaroo Banzai.
challenge?
Sorry about that.
Oh, we got a
Nope,
challenge.
sorry about that. No, sorry about that. That was me.
Okay.
I'm trying to multitask here.
It's
And
like-
change banners. I
It's like
usually
the
have.
hand of God wanted to come in and just say, "Nope, I want to
Yeah.
challenge that."
Nope.
In my mind, I was going,
His last name is Roderick. Just yeah, no, but we didn't need that. No,
Like I said,
but no, that was just me having. Yeah, no, I was just kidding. That's not gonna stay in. That was just me having awkward thumbs. All right, so I'm gonna count us back in so I can not leave that in. All right, so Marlowe is the correct answer, and we will move on to category number 8, which is Star Wars. Nothing but Star Wars. In the Clone Wars movie, where is the monastery located where Anakin and the Resistance forces meet Asajj Ventress and extracted Rhoda the Huttlet?
I guess you're looking for the planet, right?
I was going to ask exactly the same thing.
Yes.
Planet,
Yeah,
right?
we were exactly looking for the planet.
Cool.
Yeah, I was thinking, do they mean where specifically on that planet? Or
No, we understand.
I'm not that
Clone
mean.
Wars, Clone Wars has a lot of details, and I mean, literally, the prequels and
5,
Clone Wars are full of
4,
exposition, so we get it.
3, 2, 1. Pens down. We'll go to David.
Planet Death.
Joe.
yep, Teth.
Teth is
That is
correct.
correct.
The Teth Monastery.
All right, and Joe still has a 2-point lead as we are inching closer and closer. Now we're going to get to your pen ultimate question, and that is in the category of DC. Only DC. Who plays Arthur's mother, Penny, in Joker? I mean, talking about a movie I've not seen since its theatrical open.
I just caught it again not long ago, but I was pretty proud of myself. I almost made it through this whole tournament without asking a Joker question. But
Yeah, I mean, it's like going through a category and hoping
5,
you don't hear the Academy Award-winning Suicide
2.
Squad.
Pens down.
All right, David, we'll go to you, of course.
Sarah Logan. I don't know.
Joe.
I always get confused between the two, and I think I've gone for the wrong one. Patricia Clarkson.
The correct answer is Frances Conroy.
Yeah.
That's the one.
I went with
Alex.
the woman from Maze Runner. They're
I
similar.
mean, look, they do share a similar jawline feature, so it was easy to get confused.
Yeah.
All right.
But it's still a 2-point game. Let's see if it will remain that way when we get to our final question. Kevin?
Absolutely. And the final question, as always, comes in the category of plot summary. I'll give you the plot summary of an IG film, and you give me the film. A man believes that an elusive figure considered to be the most dangerous man alive can answer a burning question for him. He is contacted by a beautiful stranger who leads him into an underworld where he meets said dangerous man. They fight a brutal battle for their lives against a cadre of viciously intelligent secret agents, all for a truth that could cost him something much more precious than his life.
What, Kevin? Okay. I mean, it's not a bad plot summary. I just wish that it sounds more interesting, but the film is still great. I mean,
Oh, yeah. Count them down in 5, 4, 3, 2,
Repeat.
1. Okay.
repeat from David.
Gotcha. In time there. All right. In the category of plot summary, a man believes that an elusive figure considered to be the most dangerous man alive can answer a burning question for him. He is contacted by a beautiful stranger who leads him into an underworld where he meets said dangerous man. They fight a brutal battle for their lives against a cadre of viciously intelligent secret agents, all for a truth that could cost him something much more precious than his life.
Advice for everyone at home: when you co-host a match, don't eat because it throws everything off.
Snacks are important.
Snacks are important. That is true. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We will go to David.
Red. It's not right.
All right. And Joe.
I believe the question he wants the answer to is, what is the Matrix?
That is correct. The
That is
Matrix. All right. So after round
Wait,
number
can
one,
I?
Oh,
Uh-huh.
yes, David.
I kind of want to. Can you bring Alex, please?
yeah, absolutely.
Let's bring him in.
Sure thing.
What's up, y'all?
So, Alex, it's the part of most dangerous man alive kind of threw me off, and I don't think Morpheus is never mentioned to be.
So I'm first of all, you're doing fine. I'm glad you used the repeat. However, I do think that they call him the most dangerous man alive. In fact, I got so excited I started playing along. I also thought of the Matrix, so I think this one is not worth the. He's already lost the perfect round. I think we're going to be just fine with the lead that he has. Don't worry about it.
All right.
Okay, that's your decision. No challenge then.
Yeah, no
And
challenge.
I do
All right.
understand your confusion, David. I even when I saw that question, I quickly just went to I don't know. I would have definitely gone to my Netflix and just looked up the Matrix real quickly to find it. But he is definitely mentioned as the most dangerous man, especially when Mr. Anderson has been arrested in the interrogation room.
Alrighty. So after round number one, the score looks like this. Joe is up by 3, has a slim lead over David 9-6. But anything can happen as we move into round number 2, which is our wheel round. Each competitor has put a slice on the wheel secretly. Neither one knows what the other put on there, unless they told each other themselves. So I'm going to read off the categories. Actually, I'll go ahead and bring Alex back in.
Yep.
And then I'll read off the categories. And then, Joe, since you do have the advantage, I will allow you to decide if you would like to spin first or defer to David for the first spin. Tonight on the wheel, we have Star Wars, directors and composers, mixed bag, DC, quotes, Star Trek, Marvel, MCU, and of course, spinners and opponent's choice. All right, so Joe, would you like to spin first or defer to David?
I don't think I'll be changing any tactics here. I'd like to spin first, please.
All right, Joe sticking with his usual. Alex, if you would like, I'll give you the time now to talk with David.
Thank you very much. Okay, so David, 1 repeat down, totally fine. I would have gone with it too. Just down 3 points, I believe. Totally fine. We figured Joe's a strong first round player, and unfortunately, it's just some of those questions and the categories just got the better of us. Casting questions for movies we don't like, a movie we don't like, and some mixed bag got us, unfortunately, as well. Yeah. We had figured that was a possibility. First of all, great job, Joe. We do know what we want on the wheel. We know what we're looking for, so we know what we have to do.
Yep.
Alrighty. Thank you, Alex. We'll drop you to the back, and then I'll bring you back in when it's time for David's spin. I totally forgot, so let me go over the round 2 actual rules. I don't know why I totally forgot that. So I did say it's the wheel round. Each competitor will get a spin on the wheel. You may respin once, unless, of course, you land on the dreaded opponent's choice, at which time your opponent will get to select your category for you. Each competitor will get 5 questions from the chosen category. Each question in this round will be worth 2 points. Unless you would like to receive multiple choice options, there will be 4, and then the value of that question will drop to 1 point. Opponents may steal if you give an incorrect answer, so be prepared for that. Repeats and challenges are still in effect. As Alex mentioned, David, you do still have 2 repeats and your challenge. Joe, you still have all 3 repeats and your challenge. Are there any questions before we do bring up the wheel and get started?
No, I'm good.
All right. Now that I've actually fulfilled my duties, here we go. Let me pull up my wheel here. Hello, hello. All right. Hopefully it decides to work tonight. Give it a prime spin real fast. I'll trim this, I promise. All right, so here we go. That was prime spin, and Joe, your first spin, sir, is in. And it lands on mixed bag. Mixed bag.
You've been studying it. Take it.
I have been studying it, but there's a lot on that wheel that I'm even happier with. So I'm going to take the risk, and I'm going to spin again.
All right, he's risking his taking his chances.
No,
so
Not
here we
listening to his
go.
manager.
I was gonna say the niceties of having your manager as your opponent. Here's
David,
the
I
second spin.
listen to you when we're in teams. That's it. And when you're my manager.
Let's see if it paid off. And it did. Spinner's choice.
God
So
damn it.
would you like for me to read?
This is actually a harder thing to take because there's about 4 or 5 on there that I really wanted. So it's just where I go with it. I think I've got to do it. MCU, please.
MCU. All right, that sounds good. Let's fix the screen. And all right, so you guys have been doing fine with this. Just try to keep your hands on screen throughout this round and the next round for me, since we're no whiteboards. I know David, yeah, just the best you can with that. Obviously,
It's fine. I know David's not that guy.
Yeah,
so.
I was about to say same here. And I will go ahead and administer your 5 questions, Joe, in the realm of MCU. Let me mark down that's what you took. All right. Are you ready, sir?
As ready as I'm gonna be.
All right. Here comes question number 1 in MCU. In the Guardians of the Galaxy, in order to escape the kiln, Rocket says he needs a battery, a security band, and what other item?
Even though he doesn't need it, a prosthetic leg.
A prosthetic leg is correct for 2 points.
How did he look all hopping around?
All right. Question number 2. What Phase 3 MCU film does not contain a cameo by Stan Lee?
Spider-Man: Far From Home.
That is correct for 2 points. All right. Question number 3. After being released from prison in Ant-Man, where does Scott work?
Baskin Robbins.
That is correct for 2 more points. Joe is cleaning up this category. Your penultimate question in MCU. Who plays Malekith, the ruler of the Dark Elves in Thor: The Dark World?
The Ninth Doctor himself, Christopher Eccleston.
Christopher Eccleston is correct for 2 big points. And your final question in MCU. In Avengers Endgame, where do Thor and Rocket travel to retrieve the Reality Stone?
It's not really a stone, it's more of an angry sludge. That would be Asgard.
That is correct for 2 points and a clean sweep of the MCU category. Fantastic job there by Joe, which brings him to a total of 19 points. But David is still yet to spin. Let me get that fixed. And we will go ahead and bring Alex back in.
Definitely a strong game so far, but yeah, anything can happen in this next spin.
Oh, absolutely. All right, there's
Hi,
Alex. And
In Star Wars.
Y'all knew Joe was going to be here, and you wrote a Doctor Who casting question.
Couldn't be helped. It wasn't sure if he was ever going to get that category.
No, it's fine.
true.
Come on, David. Spin Star Wars. Come on.
All right. So David is up indeed. So here we go. And David's first spin is in.
Going to be opponents.
And it lands on
Don't say that, David.
Star Trek.
Now, David,
Mhm.
we've talked about this wheel, and we've talked about how I don't love aspects of it. I think this is as fine a slice as we're going to get, unless you really want to go wheel hunting for Star Wars specifically. I think this is I think this is fine.
Yeah, look, last time I managed to get 10 points.
Yep.
Problem is Joe is better than me at this, but let's just hope I don't miss.
We just need to keep it close. We know what that we talked about this. We know what the magic number is for us. We just need to keep it that close. I say this.
Okay. Gonna take Star
Let's
Trek
take it.
then. All right.
All right.
Sounds good.
Locking it in.
Yep. Star Trek it will be. And we will drop Alex to the back. Thank you, sir.
This
And
was one of my other options for Spinner's Choice, so I want to see how well I've done.
all right. Well, since I took care of Joe's round 2, Ryan, if you'll take David's round 2 in Star Trek.
I got it. All right. David.
Wait,
Yes.
I think he's ready.
wait.
No, not yet.
Shit. Hello?
Can you hear
You
us?
okay?
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Let me just count that down so I can cut it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. All right. Take it away, Ryan.
All right, no problem. All right, David, your first question in Star Trek. In Star Trek First Contact, Zephram Cochrane makes Deanna Troi take 3 shots of what type of alcohol before telling her his name? We're going to count down in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Tequila.
That is correct for 2 points. All right, let's keep this train going. Let's go to your second question in Star Trek. In The Wrath of Khan, what do we learn that James Kirk is allergic to?
Huh. Multiple choice.
Multiple choice. All right. Your options are A, strawberries, B, Retinax, C, Romulan ale, or D, wool.
It's Retinax.
Final answer?
Yes.
That is correct for 1 point. All right. Definitely inching closer. Let's get to your third question. All right, your third question in Star Trek. In Star Trek Nemesis, at Riker and Troy's wedding, how many times does Gianna oh God, I can't. I'm sorry. I'm having a problem with her name.
Guinan, I think is how you pronounce it.
Yes, Guinan.
Guinan. Guinan. I'm sorry. There you go.
My bad. I will definitely give you a free repeat.
Yeah.
In Star Trek Nemesis, at Riker and Troy's wedding, how many times does Guinan tell Geordi she's been married when he asks her if she ever thinks of getting remarried? I thought I had learned from the whole name situation. Apparently I haven't. All right, we're going to count down in 5, 4, 3, 2,
Gonna risk it.
1.
Multiple choice.
Multiple choice. All right. Right in the wire. And the options are A, 13 times, B, 17 times, C, 19 times, or D, 23 times.
B, 17 times.
That is incorrect, Joe. With the option for a steal, your options are A, 13 times, B, 17, C, 19, or D, 23.
I think it's D, 23.
And that is correct for a 1-point steal. 23 times she was married. All right. We are definitely not out of the ballpark just yet. We have 2 more questions. And your penultimate question in Star Trek. In Star Trek Generations, what is the name of Captain Kirk's Great Dane, which Picard meets in the Nexus?
Butler.
That is correct for 2 points. All right. We are definitely inching closer. Now, this next one might change things up a bit. Right now, it is a 9-point differential. If David gets it correct, he's obviously going to be in the third round. But if Joe gets a 2-point steal, we are definitely inching towards a knockout here. So no pressure, David. And I apologize. I don't want to put that pressure on you. I just for the audience at home. Your final question in Star Trek. What is the name of Chancellor Gorkan's flagship in the Undiscovered Country?
Multiple choice.
All right. Your multiple choice options are A, Kronos 1, B, Ikis Katara, C, Ikis Rotoran, or D, Athos 1. Go in.
B rings a bell.
B is incorrect. Joe, you have another opportunity for a 1-point steal. And the options are A, Kronos 1, B, Ikis Katara, C, Ikis Rotaran, D, Athos 1.
It's Kronos 1.
And that is correct for a 1-point steal. Now, we still have a 10-point differential. David's definitely...
It's the same as the planet?
Well, the planet's name is just Kronos.
Yeah, Kronos. Yep.
But no worries. This Joe is still. This may be a 10-point lead, but David's definitely still has an opportunity in the third round. Third round, literally anything can happen here since we are moving forward. Kevin, why don't you give us the rules of the third round?
Absolutely. Like you said, anything can happen here in the world of TMGeek. In round number 3, competitors are going to give us 3 numbers each that will correspond to 3 random geek categories. Each competitor is going to get 3 questions worth 2, 3, and 5 points respectively. There's no stealing, no multiple choice in this round, and your repeats and challenges do carry over. So Joe has all 3 repeats in his challenge, and David has 2 repeats and his challenge. So since Joe is in the lead, I will go. Let me go ahead and bring Alex in before I forget.
No worries.
And since Joe's in the lead, I'll go ahead and get your 3 numbers, sir, between 1 and 12, please.
6, 12, and 4, please.
6, 12, 4. And then Alex, I'll let you use this opportunity to talk to David, and then at the end of that, I'll get your guys' numbers.
Yep. Thank you very much. All right, David. Same thing as last time. 3 questions left. We do need to hit every single one of them. We've been there before. 2 repeats left. I got your back on any challenges. Let's do everything we can. Let's not get TKO'd here today. All right.
Yep.
Let's do it.
All right. So, David, 3 numbers, please, between 1 and 12 that are not 6, 12, or 4.
3, 2, and 11. 2, 3, and 11. Sorry. 2, 3,
In that
and
order,
11.
2, 3, and 11.
11.
Okay. All right. And since Ryan administered David's round 2 and vice versa with Joe, I will administer David's round 3 and vice versa as well. So thank you, Alex. And we will get right into this round 3. We will start with David. As Alex mentioned, he will need to hit all 3 of these questions. So we'll start with the 2-pointer. Number 2 was chosen. So that corresponds with, as I scroll up the doc, excuse me. Your 2-point question corresponds to the category of Middle Earth. Middle Earth. All right, and your 2-point question, David, is as follows. In the Hobbit trilogy, what is the name of the comedian/actor that plays the Master of Lake Town?
Wonderful job in the audiobooks of Harry Potter British version. Stephen Fry.
That is correct on both accounts.
National treasure, Stephen Fry. Not obviously not for you three, but
Hey, I'll claim him too. He's awesome.
Funny, I'm not gonna lie.
All right, so he hits that one, and we move on. Let me change the score before we carry on to build up that anticipation just a little bit more. All right, 21-13 is where we're at. David's just here to answer questions and chew bubble gum, and he's all out of bubble. All right, your 3-pointer comes in category number 3, which corresponds tonight to the MCU. MCU.
Okay.
What video game is Thor addicted to in Avengers Endgame?
Fortnite.
That is correct for 3 points. All right, so David doing exactly what he needs to do, answering questions correctly, and that's all you can do at this point. So one more coming your way, David, in category number 11, and that corresponds to the DCEU, or Worlds of DC. All right.
Okay.
Your 5-pointer in DCEU. Again, you have 2 repeats remaining. In Birds of Prey, what type of toy does Huntress keep from her past and give to Cassandra near the end of the film?
Pink toy car.
That is acceptable. It is a toy car.
I'm not.
Yeah.
I know you. Correct. No. He is still correct. I know you have down purple toy car, but it's still a toy car. Yeah.
I was gonna say, and the color is.
Purple. It's pinky purple.
I was gonna say it's got that like fuchsia shade.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's why I put purple in parentheses, just because I was like, I'm not gonna be that guy.
Yeah.
So yes, Matchbox car, toy
Even
car
then,
is
some people
absolutely
generally
correct.
just say purple because that's the color they'll associate with. But no, you are still correct. David is a toy car.
Yes.
Yep.
So David
not
hits.
exactly what we wanted, Joe, but at least it's not a TKO.
You
I was
did
gonna
what I
say.
could not do, David, and avoid a TKO.
He avoids the TKO. 10 solid points in round number
Hey.
3. That is not an easy feat.
It's okay.
So we pass it on over to Ryan.
When you win the title, I'll be right at you.
And you'll be right, and when you win that third place match, you'll be coming right up. Hey, I haven't won yet. These could be the worst questions I've ever heard in my entire life.
It depends on the question.
You like DC quotes and mixed bag or something like that.
Hey, we
Okay.
said when we play it should go to sudden death. So
I was about to say we will see.
Can I get a
because,
quick refresh on Joe's numbers again?
Absolutely. Joe picked 6, 12, and 4 in
6,
that
12,
order.
4.
Right.
Wanted to be sure. Okay. Wanted to pull that up before we got started. All right, Joe, if you are ready. Your category 6, your 2-pointer is in movie quotes. Yeah. All right, here we go.
which
Okay. What Middle-earth character says this line before dying? I would have followed you, my brother, my captain, my friend, my king.
Boromir.
And your winner, moving on to the finals to face Amaru Moses, Joe Hot Fuzz Farrelly. Congratulations, man. Excellent job by both tonight. Amazing job. Yes, absolutely. That deserves a big clap. 23-21. What a hell of a match. Let's go to the post-match interviews. We will talk to Joe first, and then I'll bring David and Alex back up. So let me drop you to the back for just a moment. What's going through your mind at this very moment, Joe?
Mixed emotions. As I said before, David is my friend, and that round 2 was hard. Those Star Trek questions were hard. I'm fully happy to admit that and David said that I'm better than Star Trek than him. I would have had to multiple choice those. Not all of them, but a lot of the 1 team multiple choice, I'd have had to multiple choice too. Sometimes it is the luck of the draw. You're coming up against someone who spun spinner's choice. I happen to be in the middle of a Marvel rewatch, MCU rewatch, and that's why I picked it. It's the freshest thing in my mind at the moment. It made sense to pick it.
Sure.
Yeah, and from the other side of it, just from a spectator idea, being so close with David, seeing him have a second round where things don't quite go your way, it's hard to watch. So it's definitely mixed emotions. But looking onto it now, the last Geek semi-final I played in, I lost because I made a stupid mistake. This feels a little bit like I've been able to make up for that. And I'm hoping I can go one better in the next match. Again, it's going to be mixed emotions again because Amaru is my friend too and my teammate.
Right.
And I know that he's going to come swinging the same way David did. That round 3 was superb from him. And yeah, I'm looking forward to it. But it's not as sweet a victory as others have been.
Absolutely. I completely understand that.
Completely understand.
but-
Sometimes nothing ever goes the way you want it to go, either when you win or lose. I mean, I know from personal experience, people I play against, I always want things to always go down to the last question, so I know I get a good game out of my competitors. Sometimes a TKO happens, or in rare cases, you get a KO, or vice versa. You KO someone, or they KO you. But when we do talk more with David, definitely. But Joe, you definitely have been playing lights out since you started this whole thing.
I will say this. I know David said before the match that, being where he is right now, he's had the opportunity to watch more movies. But I think we can all appreciate sometimes moving out of a zone that you're comfortable in, playing in a manner like I sit here and I play trivia. This is where I play. David plays in the same place. Sometimes that can have an effect, as unconscious as that might be.
Yeah, it does.
I know when I've played David, it's been a 1 point difference between us in those training matches, and I know that he is one of the best players. And I also know that I would not be anywhere near the position I am in if people like David or Alex and you guys didn't have the faith in me and didn't, show and just be as friendly as you all have been to me. So without people like David and you guys, I wouldn't be in this position. So David's got nothing to be ashamed of here. He's a fantastic player and person.
Absolutely, he sure
Well
is.
said, man. Well said.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, look, even though they're opponents, you I mean, look, they're buddies. They're teammates in a different league. Why, instead of doing it differently, why don't we just bring David on here, man? Just have them both on screen.
I'm down to do
David,
that.
Alex on screen, all three of these guys on screen, man, because this has been an incredible match, and definitely just bring them in.
David may have had to step away for just a second, but maybe he'll be right back. I'm not sure.
Hopefully Wi-Fi is okay with him.
But yeah, I know, like you said, Joe. I know he would never use this as an excuse, being out of his usual place. But being somebody that's been hospitalized before, it's definitely not a comfortable experience, no matter what you're in there for. So. You can try to say everything's good, I'm good, but yeah, it's I think it was a brave thing for him to do, to push through that and put up a hell of a fight here tonight. Alex, do you have any words for to speak on David's behalf?
Well, I do not presume to speak on behalf of David. Sure. I will let him if he can, absolutely. But first of all, congratulations to Joe. I mean, that is an amazing performance, an amazing game, well played. And know that he will absolutely have our full support going forward in this tournament. He will be winning this tournament. If I can help at all, if David can help at all, we will absolutely be doing that. We've played Amaru before. We've beaten Amaru before. We can do it again. And I know with Joe's skill set, he can absolutely do that. Joe will be the champion. Absolutely. No questions asked. I believe that. I genuinely do. I've said it for as long as I've known Joe. Joe is a nightmare competitor for people like myself. I've said it to his face. I'll say it now when the camera's rolling. Joe is an absolute nightmare competitor for 98% of the people that presume to play the same game that he does. But we're not done yet. I'm sure that some person somewhere is going to go, oh, David almost got TKO. That must mean he's easy to beat. Whoever this third place matchup is, they might be thinking, "Oh, maybe I can get a bronze medal." You're not. You're absolutely. You're not. You're not going to win this match. You're not going to get that contender shot. You absolutely 100% are not, because these two are also, I'm pretty sure, going to be helping each other prepare for that match as well. You're gonna get nothing. We're gonna be having this match again, and this time it will be even better. 100% guaranteed.
Absolutely.
A big
forward to that.
Yeah, I can definitely admit, I know who David's going up against. I can definitely assure you this is going to be a fun match, because I've had David and Alan face each other in a Star Wars match twice in the past, and both occasions David came out on top. But one thing's for sure, his opponent Alan, he has some secret knowledge. But I assure you one thing's for sure: anybody at home, if you watch all of Joe's matches and you want to judge his victories and against the people he's playing against, I said so in my loss against Joe. Anything can happen. One category, one question. Don't judge a TKO loss thinking you're going to get an easy victory. I mean, if that was true, then I clearly would not have been in this tournament at all. But technically, I was never supposed to be here in the beginning. I stepped in. I stepped in to help out.
If Amaru comes out of that match with a victory, then he gets to join that list. Robert Parker, and Thomas Scully.
Oof. That's a very short list. That will be an interesting one. Amaru Moses versus Joe Farrelly. You just heard it right there. The championship match is set. The third place match is set. David García versus Alan Shepard. So we got two matches coming up for you that are going to be amazing. I can't wait to see what happens. Let's drop these guys to the back. Congratulations, Joe. Also, congratulations, Alex and David. Send David our love. Absolutely. And we'll be talking to you guys very soon. All right, Ryan, that was one hell of a match for sure. It looked like things were going to get, be over there quickly, and then David
I was
came
getting a lot of
charging back.
flashbacks. I literally felt like I was in David's place during that match. Just like with David, I got a category I thought I could do well in. Questions were hurting me like gangbusters, and it was just more of the situation. Like I said to David, he did something I couldn't do, avoided TKO. Despite that, David went out swinging. He kept going until the last question was asked to him, and we can say nothing more to that with David. Oh, speaking of which, David is back.
All right,
David. I mean, before then we had Joe say some very congratulatory words to you, some very good words of encouragement. And David, before you jumped in, I was just saying right now, I was literally in your position against Joe, and I just said to you in round 3, you did what I couldn't do, avoided TKO, and believe me, I tell you, you went out swinging there. Not many people are able to really, overcome that brick wall mentally that's in their head, but you were able to do that. But other than that, how are you feeling right now?
Well, first of all, sorry, the hospital's internet kind of went wonky.
No, it's
look, this loss is on me, not because of the first round, those questions I just didn't know, but Star Trek, after the perfect round 2 I had in my last match here, I kind of grew a little overconfident in Star Trek, and I have been missing some Star Trek questions I shouldn't have in previous matches, and in this match actually. That should have been a sign to rewatch them. I didn't. So that's on me. I focused on another stuff that I thought it will be more beneficial to me, but I won't make that mistake again. So
absolutely.
Yeah. And I mean, look, Joe missed one question in the entire match.
All right.
He's my partner. I know how good he is. Now I am torn a little because you have Joe, my partner, my boy, but in the other hand, you have Amaro, my sweet rival, and I really want to play him again because if we don't play each other every 2 months, the world explodes. So I know. I will be happy with whoever wins, and I will be on Joe's corner in his match, though.
Yeah, absolutely. That was going to be question number 1. Alex had already said that you guys were definitely going to be helping Joe prepare for this match, and then he also made the proclamation that you guys would be meeting up again when you get that number 1 contendership, and at the beginning of next season, you'll be going for that title. So, is that the way you see it playing out in your mind?
Well, that's how I hope it plays out. I mean, I will never look past anyone. Who do I have to play? Alan?
Alan, yeah.
Yes.
Alan.
I have beaten him twice. He has never beaten me. So it's just.
You see why I make the impassioned speeches. The truth is, David is being very hard on himself, and I appreciate that. The truth is, it was my suggestion to stick with Star Trek. I made that decision. I made that suggestion. That was my fault. It will, we will consider something like that going forward. But the truth is, I only get better with time. As a manager, I'm only going to get better with time. Something like this will never happen again. We're going to make better decisions in the future. Alan, whoever that is, he has no idea what's coming for him. We're going to be winning this match. We're going to be either having Joe David 2 or David Amaru 37, which is, I mean, it's fine, I guess.
Either way, just like with Hollywood, we're going to get nothing but reboots and remakes of the same thing.
Hey, when you got the cream of the crop at the top, that's just the way it is. But yeah, Alex is aging like a fine wine in that managerial position. So it sounds like Joe's got some. Joe and David.
My season is over. I can finally go and watch Star Wars again.
There you go. Go enjoy you some Star Wars now. Excellent. All right. Well, congratulations on that, David. So tough loss tonight, but it just means your route to the title just takes a little bit longer. But But good luck in the third place match, and we will see you soon. All right. All right, Ryan. That was definitely one hell of a match. David came charging back. Scoring 10 points in any round 3 is tough, especially in a geek round 3 in a semifinals of a tournament. So that was very impressive. Just a little too much ground to make up, but this is like I said, I feel like we have the absolute best 3 or 4 guys at the top, and they're going to be fighting it out for the next little bit for the championship. So I'm super excited about it. What are your thoughts?
Same here. I do also want to predict that this championship match is definitely going to be another top tier. It's another top tier pairing here. I mean, what more can I say that has not been said from Joe and David, and definitely from the other match that we just had between Alan and Amaru. I mean, we're definitely going to get once again 2 more heavyweights about to duke it out. Anything can happen. I can't stress that enough, because we could have Joe climbing to the top of the mountain for we can have Joe or Amaru climbing at the top of the mountain here at TMGeek, and then they're going to be able to set the precedent next season for all the other geek competitors who want to be able to get that chance to have their moment in the sun. But even then, still, either way can happen. I mean, because depending on who wins, they have to compete with whoever wins between David and Alan. So yeah, we could get Alan versus Alan could do the biggest surprise, and we can get Alan versus either Joe or Alan versus Amaru, and then pretty much we can get David, Amaru 36, or Joe and David the sequel. Anything's gonna happen here.
Anything can definitely happen in the world of geek. So stay tuned. Tune in next time. We'll have our big geek event where we will have an undercard with some matches. We will finally be airing the Franchise Wars Star Wars Finals. We do have that finally edited up and gonna release that. We have Aaron Canole taking on Jacob West. If Jacob beats Aaron has decided he is going to retire from Geek. And then we have 2 newcomers in Kirby French taking on Danny Thibodeau, I believe is how you pronounce her last name.
She'll most likely correct us.
I was gonna say if I'm wrong, I definitely apologize. I will work on that. And then finally down to the 3rd place match, which now obviously is set. David Garcia taking on Alan Shepard for the #1 contender shot at the beginning of next season. And then to finish it all off, folks, finally, at the end of our road, the first TMGeek champion ever, Joe Farrelly taking on Amaru Moses, and that's going to crown our first one.
You were a little premature there with saying Joe's the champion. If Amaru watches, he's like, "Oh my god, am I being underestimated?"
Oh no! I just meant that's the match. That's the match that's coming, the championship match. Amaru knows I would never underestimate him. Trust me. That guy is a wealth of knowledge too. So it's going to be awesome to see them take on each other, Joe versus Amaru. I love both of them. So definitely tune into that. You do not want to miss it, folks. And thank you for tuning in tonight. I have been Kevin, the Philosopher Post, for Ryan, Caramel Mountain Pain, and Joe Hot Fuzz Farrelly, David, the Spaniard Garcia, Alex, the Godfather Martinez, and even JB3, who has been hanging out in the back. Thank you very much. We have been TM Geek, and keep geeking out. See you next time.